matches in the preliminary stages, who were then beaten by the Netherlands on the last day, but put that behind them and won all three matches in the main round against Denmark, South Korea and Germany, teams coming out of the toughest of the groups. So they've cut their teeth on something in this competition, that's for sure, the Norwegians. But finishing runners-up to the Netherlands in the preliminaries, and then winners of Group 1 in the end, just ahead of the Netherlands, who fall to the little in the main round. And now here comes Spain. Won all 5 matches in Group C in Yatsushiro and at another arena here in Kumamoto against Romania, Hungary, Senegal, Kazakhstan and Montenegro. Good wins. In the main round, they were held to a draw by Sweden when they had a huge lead in the second half. And then they beat Japan by a couple of goals before losing heavily to Russia. Quite a few Spanish fans in the audience here. So with the players in the arena, time to introduce the players to the spectators in the arena. Norway. They've had rather a long injury list coming into this tournament, including goalkeepers Lunde and Grimsbo, and right back Merck and Moore. And then more recently lost left back Christiansen to a groin strain. But they have shown they have strength in depth. Playmaker Oftedal, the captain you saw right at the beginning, has been the team's driving force with 42 goals and 37 assists. And Hansen looks to step up at left back for the injured Christiansen. On the line, Bratseth and Lukke have been superb, while wingers Herem, Solberg and Jakobsen have run right with fast breaks. The team, in fact, has the most fast breaks of the competition with 62. While in goal, Solberg has a 38% save rate, the 4th best in the championship, and she is very quick to get the ball out. There is their coach, the Icelander Thorin Hergersson. And Mia Hermansson Hördal, a Swede, who's his assistant coach. Great player in her day, scored over 1,000 goals for her country. That has been living a long time, in fact, in Norway. So now for Spain. But they need to pick themselves up then after that heavy defeat to Russia in the last main round match, which could have cost them the place in the semi-final. But in the end, the Swedes came unstuck against Montenegro, and Spain were back in. Playmaker Peña, who celebrates her 30th birthday today, will be key. She scored 33 goals. But the team's top scorer is left-back Cabral with 46, 7th top scorer in the tournament. Fernandez is a good option as well with a bit of speed. Marta Lopez on the right wing is working well, but the left wing is problematic. Both Gutierrez and Soledad Lopez are proving expensive with their shooting. There is Cabral, their top scorer. They have a strong line play, and Hernandez always a threat. And in goal, 40-year-old Navarro passed her 200th international match landmark here in Japan. On the left there then, Carlos Viver, coach of the Spanish team. Took over in 2017 from long-standing coach Jorge Dueñas. Referees for today's match are from Russia, Victoria Alpaizde and Tatiana Berezhnika. Refereed the bronze medal match at the World Championships 2 years ago, where the Netherlands beat Sweden, and the Euro 2016 final, where Norway beat the Netherlands. At the back is Dragan Nachevski of Macedonia, the IHF supervisor. And the IHF representative today, Anna Rapp, a Swede. So with that presentation made, it is now time for the national anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up. National anthem.
It'll be Norway first.
Norway.
The usual smiles from the Norwegians, who always seem to love the big occasions, and their fans. And now the national anthem of Spain. Quite a few fans in the arena here. Spain, of course, hosting the next World Championships in 2021. Teams have played each other many times, most recently at the Euro in France last year, Norway winning 33-26. In fact, they won the 3 last meetings between the teams, including the World Championships 2 years ago and the Olympic Games in Rio. The last Spanish win, a friendly in 2016 in Norway. The last in an official competition was at the Olympic Games in London in 2012 when they won 25-20. Worth mentioning, they met in the final of Euro 2014, another Norwegian win. So the lineup for Norway, likely to start with Uftedal, Arntzen and Skogran at the back, Jakobsen and Sanna Solberg on the wings, although Herem is a good option. While on the line, Brodseth may start, but Lukke will see lots of court time as well, and Silja Solberg in goal. So Thorir Hergersson, a little slip up against the Netherlands. In the end, proved just a blip. For Spain, they will probably start with Cabral, Peña and González at the back, Gutierrez and Marta Lopez on the wings, Hernandez on the line and Navarro in goal. Although Zokbi de Paula has started getting a bit more time. So Carlos Viver hoping to upset the odds here. It's fair to say the Norwegians came into this tournament as one of the favourites, along with Russia and France, who didn't actually get out of the preliminary stages. Stine Uftedal, the playmaker, 42 goals, 66% success rate will be key, but Cabral with 46 goals, 7th top scorer in the competition, 68% success rate. She has 25 assists, but then again Uftedal has 37. If you're looking for bragging rights. So we are just about ready to get this second semi-final of the day to find out who will play. The Netherlands, who surprisingly overcame Russia 33-32 earlier today in the first semi-final. So here we go, Norway in the red shirts and blue shorts throw off this second semi-final of the 2019 Women's Handball World Championships. Playing from right to left in the red shirts against Spain in the all-white strip. Two teams who played each other many times, but mostly Norway have come out on top, but Spain have shown that they can surprise the best. Solid wins over Romania, Hungary, Montenegro. In the early stages, a draw with Sweden. So we look and see Arntzen in the middle at the moment. Uftedal comfortable at left back as well, for that matter. They'll switch back again. Brodseth comes out, goes back in again. Skogran at right back, as we expected. First shot of the game is parried away by Silvia Navarro, 40-year-old keeper, who plays for Remudas. So Carlos Viver must be absolutely delighted. It's a little bit unexpected to come here. Their main goal was to get into the Olympic qualification tournament. Well, they've done that and more. They're certain to be in that. Teams who finish 2nd to 7th go into the Olympic qualification tournament. The world champion is automatically qualified for the Olympics. Cabral gets her first goal. 33-year-old who plays for Nantes in France. And again, Navarro comes off best. So Gonzalez, Peña, Cabral, the lineup that we had expected. The left winger looks to come out, goes back in again. Gonzalez looks to come through, gets a free throw. Gonzalez, who plays for Vulca in Romania, league leaders there, together with Fernandez, I'm sure we'll see coming on later. And Marta Lopez, the right winger. Quite a contingent of them in Romania. Ball is out quickly. Straight down the middle, Öftedal. Hansen. Being given a bit of space, sucked in the defense, then released the ball for Stina Skogran. Drove in. Brocet was putting a block on one side. Cabral had to pick, mark one or the other. Cheers on the bench. (1-1) coming up to 3 minutes played. Cheers all round as Peña is blocked. Norwegians literally cheer everything. Psychologically helps them with the opponent. Oh, Cabral, decent angle off the post. Got a touch on the way through. It's a yellow card for Malin Öne. Barging into Cabral and knocking her off balance. Yeah, and that's the answer from Tatiana Bereznica. Cabral plants that one away comfortably. Her 16th penalty from 20 taken at these championships. So Spain 2-1 up. 6-0 defense by the Spaniards. They're mindful that the Norwegians are very quick at breaking through. Can't really afford to push up too much. Switch in defense. Marta Lopez goes back in behind Gonzalez. Hansen dummies a shot. Öftedal is through. Another penalty. Defending inside the area. 28-year-old who plays for Győr in Hungary. Wins. And will be taken by Hansen, who scored 9. Make that 10 in the competition. Albeit from 14 penalties taken. So it's not a high conversion rate for penalties. Looking for the line. Ball is intercepted. Picked up by Solberg. Sanna Solberg. And they score straight away. 3-2 up. Öftedal almost on the stroke of 5 minutes played. Cuts back towards the middle. They're a little bit worried about the line player coming at the back. 91 kilometers an hour. Helgersson's happy. Viver is saying, watch her, I told you about her before. Little hand off. Powerful shot, but straight down the middle, and that's saved by Silja Solberg. Twin sisters in the Norwegian team, the left winger and the goalkeeper, both on court at the moment as that pass goes astray. First turnover of the game for the Norwegians. There was the shot, parried away, read it all the way. And Solberg makes her first save officially from 3. So the winner of this semi-final to play the Dutch, who hung on to the Russians all the way through their semi-final and overhauled them right at the end to take out one of the big favourites who'd won all their matches up until then, Russia. So the winner will play the Netherlands. The loser will play Russia for the bronze as Peña goes through, tries to release to Hernandez, but that's leveled it up nicely. And Hernandez has gone straight down the other end and turned from hero to villain. Yellow card. Occupational hazard. Free throw. So coming around. They've got a little help on the way around as well. 7 minutes played. Solberg comes back into the left wing, having gone out on the line. Trying to help flatten the defense for the back players. Oh, Øfterdal comes in, clips the post, but stays in. Solberg gets her first. Plays for Esbjerg in Denmark. In fact, 6 of the Norwegians play their club handball in Denmark. Well, that's what we like to see. Quick shot, Peña. Well, 7.5 minutes played, we've had 8 goals. High scoring like the first semi-final, where the defences weren't so much in evidence and the goalkeepers didn't have a superb day, although just a steady one. Peña then. His birthday it is today, 10:30. Plays for Siófok in Hungary. Well, she's club teammates with the goalkeeper that she's just beaten, Silja Solberg. Into the wing, play on, says referees. Bounces off the leg. And the referee's doing a good job to let play go on, because there was a foul earlier and they just carried on and then had a quiet word with Gonzalez going up the court. Victoria Alpaizde. Malin Öhne, who started, saves a little unexpectedly. But she's had a good run with 15 goals at a 68% success rate. Plays for Kristiansand. Turnover again. It's all nip and tuck here. Peña. Gonzalez. So Hernandez pops in on the line. Brødseth, her counterpart, tries to keep a close eye on her, so you stay in front. Hernandez. Ball stolen unfairly, say the referees, as Hernandez went to grab it. She was barged as the ball was knocked away. Cabral. She knows she can do it. She struggled with some of the long-range shooting against Russia in the last match. That will build her confidence. She's on 3 from 3. Solberg completely wrong-footed. So 10 minutes played here in this semi-final. Spain are leading Norway 5-6. 6-5, I should say, unless you're Norwegian. Øfterdal. So change at the left back where Bekkerud has come on. Plays for Odense in Denmark. Well, a lot of mistakes by the Norwegians. Suffering a higher rate of turnovers than we've come to expect from them. Missed the connection completely with Bekkerud. Øfterdal, who's got a healthy 37 assists in the competition so far. We had 3 in this match, but then that 1 turnover as well. Looking for the long pass. The Spaniards are being very quick about covering the break. They have to. Norway have the highest amount of fast breaks of any team in this competition. Lovely assist, another one for Øfterdal, teeing up Brødseth on the line. 2 of them who played together at Gjør in Hungary have that great understanding. And Solberg celebrates in goal at the other end. 6-6. So change for Spain, who go for a bit of pace now. Alicia Fernandez, number 34, has come on. One of the players based in Romania, playing for Vulca, current league leaders there. So she scored 14 goals for them this season. Free throw. She's gone in at left back. And it's moved Cabral for the moment, at least in the center. They'll switch back. Under pressure from Sanna Solberg. It's a free throw. Little push on Gonzalez, but it's only a 9-meter. Cabral, what a game she's having. Goal number 4 from 4. Oh, stolen under her nose. Good play by Hernandez. The ball's meant to go to Brotzet. There was the run, and she was easily covered. How important it is to get in between the ball and the line player. So now at right back, Rodriguez comes in, 26-year-old who plays in Germany for Thüringen. A bit of pace. She's trying to drive in that central defense. Cabral was teeing herself up to follow in for a shot. So playing 2 on the line. Comes off the post. That's unlucky. Hernandez is not defending. She's coming off. Changing with Lara Gonzalez. Penalty, defending inside the area. The foul on Stina Skogran. Carries the ball away, but it's to no avail. Öftedal steps up. Scored 15 in the competition so far. Saved! Navarro saves her 5th of the competition. Viver, poker-faced on the bench. Must be delighted with his veteran keeper. The 40-year-old reacting well with the foot. Now played over 200 internationals for Spain. So experienced. Spain, who got to the semi-final in 2011, but lost and then took the bronze, though. 2 players in this team were there for that. Navarro, the goalkeeper, and Peña. It's another free throw, won by Fernandez. Lopez tries to go through, no way through there. Good defending by Norway. Passive play's been called against them. They've probably got 4 passes left as we go past the midway point in the first half. 7-6 lead to Spain. They've used up another 2 passes. Really, it's a pass and a shot. And that's dismissively parried away by Silja Solberg. Changing things around. Arntzen taken off after 10 minutes. And another mistake, and they are accumulating. It's not what we've come to expect from them. 6 turnovers now for Norway, 3 for Spain. And it just means they are unable to exert any control over this game. Spaniards defending hard. Cabral having a brilliant day on the attack. And importantly, with some long-range shots. Good angle on the wing. Puts it wide. But that wing has been a problem, I'm afraid, in this competition. Gutierrez missing. She's on a 50% success rate. You'd expect more from a winger. Soledad Lopez, the alternative, is 46%. Solberg came out and cut the angle a bit. And a change on the left wing as Camilla Herem comes in for Norway, plays for Sola. Bottom of the Norwegian league at the moment, but she's the 11th scorer with 49 goals. Again, possession turned over into the wing. Good angle. Marta Lopez is having no problem on the other wing, though. 63% success rate. Another one of the Vulca contingent in Romania. Look at the reaction from the 29-year-old. So 2-goal lead for Spain. Cuts back again, brilliant defending by Spain, coming out quickly and putting them under pressure at the back. No way through there for Hansen, who's been brought back on court again. They just can't get the flow going at the back. But that is the Spanish game. Free throw. And a passive play's been called. She thinks she should have got more. Let's have a look and see. Well, she may have a point, but it's only a free throw. And they've probably only got 1 or 2 passes left at best. That took a deflection off a defender. Is it? No, it didn't. So shot's gone wide. Hansen. Well, touched it on the way out. Navarro. Come off for the moment, just to take the plaudits, and why not? And goes back on court again. So Hansen 1 from 3 so far in the game. Around Rodriguez. Nicely played, quick release. Throw off taken a little too quick. Well, they can come back anyway. It's team timeout for Norway as we see this one again. Fernandez, who gets her first of the game.
Skog og Silje bytter igjen. Kommer på mål der oppe. Utsida her borte, hva trenger dere for å tette?
Todo eso está bien jugado, ¿de acuerdo? Lo que no está bien es intentar, mirar, a la pivote la vais a ver todo el rato. Está todo el rato, pero no enseñarlo tanto. Basarla en el momento adecuado, no antes, ¿vale? Venga, vamos, no paréis.
Det er mulig å hjelpe, hvis ikke så lar vi være. Men vi skal ha den der, den er for lett på utsida toer der.
So, things not quite going to plan for Norway. Carlos Viver must be quite delighted with the way things are at the moment. So play resumes and a change on the line as Heidi Luca goes in for Brotzet. Luca, who scored 759 goals in 205 internationals coming to these World Championships. One of the most experienced players in the business. Nothing given. Referee says play on. As Luca dropped to the ground. Oh, good play. Almudena Rodriguez, who plays for Thüringen in Germany. She's well, Luca has been in the wars, went flying on the last attack, now gets taken down on this attack. And she's already got a black eye from the last match. Woe is the life of a line player. So a 4-goal lead now for Spain, so close to the interception. Decent angle on the wing, and Ona gets a second goal. Race for the champions, Christian Sand. Cuts down the deficit, hangs beautifully, waits for the goalkeeper to move, and Viver a little frustrated. 20 minutes played. The lead has grown now for Spain. In the last 5 minutes, 7-6 has become 10-7. Gonzalez, the tails are up, Spain happy to take on the Norwegian defense. who are generally sitting back with the exception of that little push-up on the far side with Cabral. They know she's dangerous with a long-range effort. That's an attacking foul. Fernandez. Öftedal. Hansen. Releases the ball, another turnover. Luckily for her, when the ball dropped, it fell on the defender's foot. Öftedal goes wide, nothing given. And she's having a rare off day. That's 1 goal from 4 attempts so far. In fairness, she was always drifting towards the back, the angle getting worse all the time. The goalkeeper really just had to stand her ground. Cabral. Solberg, some relief for her, makes her 4th save. She's the 4th best keeper in the tournament with a 38% save rate, Solberg. Today, though, she's on 4 saves from 14, 29%, below par for her. In fairness, though, the defence isn't quite holding water. So Tomak now comes on at left back for Norway. As Brodseth returns on the line. Lucas' short spell there. Tomak, who played for Croatia 11 times, including at Euro 2010. Number 26 on the left back at the bottom of the picture. Became a Norwegian citizen in 2015. Second World Championship with them. And that's gone straight through. Öftedal. Plants it well. Drives through, and the defense, well, the other one was in the area, couldn't really do anything about it. Two from 5 for Öftedal. The race is off, she's not used in defense. Fernandez. Gonzalez. Rodriguez, rather. And that is a 2-minute suspension for Hansen. 25-year-old who plays for Kristiansand. Carried on holding from behind. So a short-handed defense now, and a chance for the Spaniards to press home their advantage. Fernandez, Rodriguez, misses a connection. Fernandez quickly falls on the loose ball, recovers it for Spain. Cesareo in on the line now. Replacing Hernandez, and Viver will change them a lot now in the game. At least that's the pattern he's had in the competition so far. Big missed connection. Lopez may have taken her eye off the ball, looking up and thinking ahead. Classic before you're controlling the ball. In fairness, the pass wasn't great either. So with that suspension, the goalkeeper is out for Norway. The extra attacker is on. Öftedal. Tomak. Into the wing, good play. That's more like it. A typical quick play by the Norwegians. Drive, commit the defender, move the ball, and eventually at the end you overlap. Malin Öhn, and some relief on the bench. Third goal for the 24-year-old. Lent into the defender, but that seemed to work. Under a lot of pressure. But it's all good for Rodriguez. It's a second goal. Had a quiet year with Thüringen in Germany, where she plays 3 goals only. And they've changed the defense now, Spain. While they've got the extra player, there's a goalkeeper out. But Öfterdal is being individually marked. She's gone to the far side, staying out of the way. Brodset waiting at the back for the opportunity. They've got the goalkeeper back in again. Long-range shot, but that's comfortably saved. Navarro looks up. She's not shy with the long shots, Navarro. She's scored 3 in the competition. But the opportunity wasn't there. There was the shot. So into the last 5 minutes. Norway has somewhat stemmed the tide, but can't close the gap. Break is on. Picked up inside the area. So Almudena Rodriguez comes away empty-handed on that one. Managed to keep it off the lower leg. That was close for Tomak. Öfterdal quickly into the wing again. Big angle. It's a goal, but it's also a 2-minute suspension. Cesareo. See it again, number 10. Lopez couldn't resist a little touch. That's the foul there in the middle on Öfterdal. And so Herem scores. And that's a 2-minute suspension and a team timeout for Spain.
Lara. Acabamos de empezar la acción, la podemos jugar larga, metemos los 7 por un lado y por el otro, y cuando la iniciemos, ¿vale? Metemos un 1 falso por la izquierda más play para Almudena, ¿vale? Y tú te vienes al cambio, ¿de acuerdo? Tal como lo hacemos, pero podemos jugar súper largo, no hay ningún problema. Jugar, metemos los 7, 1 falso por la izquierda y te vienes al cambio. Vale, venga, vamos.
Kolla här borta. Se om det är möjligt att klippa en pack. Men var lite sån kritisk, se på det.
Men inte i rundlaget. Nej, inte i rundlaget.
Slowly but surely, Norway are clawing their way back into this one. 3 goals down at the 20-minute mark, 6.5 minutes on. They got it to within 1. And they have a power play for the next minute and 50 seconds, courtesy of a 2-minute suspension for Cesareo. So play resumes. First team timeout for Spain in the match. Still short-handed, the goalkeeper is out. Extra attacker is on. They're getting the goalkeeper back in now. Little Kempe, a little low on the service, but Rodriguez did well. A little jump, and managed to catch and shoot before she landed. Very quick arm. 2-goal lead restored. We're into the last 3 minutes of the first half. To the wing, decent space. Marlene Öhne, 4th goal. The player plays for Christian Sand, leading the Norwegian league. 31 goals from her this season, and the Norwegian fans are on their feet. Norway, who did look to be losing their footing earlier. Spain have taken out their goalkeeper again. Still about 40 seconds to go on that suspension. Cabral. Two long-range efforts would help as Peña is back into the left back. Goalkeeper's gone back in again on a passive play. 4 passes left, the shot deflected. Solberg's 5th save, and the ball is moved up quickly by Norway. Coming through. Öfterdal clever, cuts back towards the middle to draw the defender, and then passes out to Herem, and it's all square as we hit the last 2 minutes of the first half. Herem's 2nd goal. She drew that defender just by leaning back towards the middle. Rodriguez followed her, gave the angle on the wing shot. 1.5 minutes to go. 3-goal lead gone for the Spaniards. A yellow card. line has come on again, picking that up. Penalty, and we may have a 2-minute suspension as well. Herem is off. Let's have a quick look and see. Well, big line player, she was the wrong side. The other defender should have been in front, but was trying to cover the back player. Cabral. And she beats Pedersen. Their coming goal for that. Shoots down next to the standing leg. Cabral then restores the Spanish lead as we go into the last minute. Second penalty, 5th goal overall for her. 45 seconds now for Norway. They're individually marking Øftedal on the far side. Øftedal gets away. Hand off to Tomak. Takes the shot, saved by Navarro. She's pushed as she jumps towards the area. And not only is it a penalty, it's a 2-minute suspension. Gonzalez is off. There's the push in the air. As she took off, gave her a hefty shove, as ably demonstrated by Tatiana Bereznika, the Russian referee. Hansen misses it. And the ball is picked up by the Spaniards too quickly. Cabral says, I was bundled over. Well, there was a little bit of hip action there from Ona. But the referees have given the ball to Norway. Last chance of taking the keeper out again. No mistake this time. They're level again. 3 seconds, there won't be any time. Solberg is in, the ball is caught, and that is half-time. Well, Norway, resilient as ever, have fought back. And at the break in Kumamoto, it's Norway 13, Spain 13. Well, the Norwegians just show that you just keep your game going, and eventually you'll get there. Herem, who's got that 2-minute suspension, looking over. And that was very short of the buzzer by 3 seconds only. Left no time for Spain to come back. Well, Carlos Viver will be disappointed. At one point, Cabral was firing on all cylinders. Scored 4 quick goals. And they were leading by 3. And Norway couldn't get their rhythm going at the back. They have now. A little bit of a change. Tomak coming in has helped. So the stats then, the attacks exactly the same. 48% of their attacks working for Norway. They're shooting extremely economical. 67%. Spain, 58% is below par for them. And 7 turnovers to 6, Norway, Spain. So not too high there. And fast breaks, interestingly, the Norwegians, masters of this at these World Championships, restricted to just the 1 as Spain get back very quickly. So top scorer is Ona with 11 over on the right wing for Norway, while Cabral has 5 for the Spaniards and is top scoring. The Norwegians, nice spread the wings, 100%. Otherwise, it's breakthroughs. Not so much the long-range shot for them, and just the 1 fast break, but they've missed 2 penalties, and they may come back to haunt them later. For Spain, scored both penalties, but they've had no fast breaks. Not too surprising against a team like Norway. A lot of their action going down the middle, with a couple of great long-range shots from Cabral, who can when she wants to, but I think sometimes doesn't do it often enough. So the run of the game, well, it was nip and tuck at the beginning. Then a good run by the Norwegians, who seemed to edge ahead. But then the Spaniards came back again, had a good middle 10 minutes. And then once more, having got that 3-goal lead, the Norwegians turned it back again, showing their great resilience. So the break is all square here in Kumamoto, 13-all between Norway and Spain. We'll take a break as well. Join us again for the second half. We'll see you then.
tercera, ¿de acuerdo? Para ir fuerte, a nivel en este caso, cuando recuperemos igualdad, para ir fuerte a los unos contra unos, que las terceras, las dos terceras se quedan pegaditas a la pivote, un poquito más de uno contra uno, más separados, ¿vale? Venga, tira.
So welcome back to the Park Dome in Kumamoto in Japan, and half-time in this second semi-final of the day at the Women's Handball World Championships. It's all square. Norway and Spain, 30 goals apiece. The Spanish spoiling tactics and defense have worked in the first half. Happy to give away the free throws. They've defended hard. And it's unsettled the Norwegians, who haven't been able to get their rhythm going at the back. They've tried different combinations, and slowly, towards the end of the first half, they started to manage to break through a bit more regularly, but their shooting, initially below par, is now picking up, and we're starting to see the Norway we expected. Thorir Hergjason pacing nervously. His team stayed out the longest. Long chat with them. So we are just about ready for the second half. So Spain a throw off. The second half of this semi-final against Norway. 13 all. Both teams short-handed as we get this half underway. Norway for 40 seconds, Spain for about 1 minute and 15 seconds, overrunning from the first half. Goalkeeper's out for Spain, but they've got Navarro back in again. Oh, beautifully lobbed. On that side, at least, Marta Lopez has been doing her work very well indeed. Cut out the right back, the left back rather, went straight to the left wing. Second goal for Lopez. Norwegians have also taken out their goalkeeper. And in fact, she's going back in again. The suspension just served out. Good save by Navarro, but a shove on Skogrand as she went through. There, he scored 51 goals for Herning Ikast in the Danish league. Wins it, and Tomak comes up to take it. Hasn't taken any yet here at this World Championship. Doesn't seem to be a problem though. 29-year-old scores comfortably. It's interesting because she doesn't take them for a club either. Relief on the bench. It's all square again, then 14 all. Quick attack by the Spaniards, who got good depth early on. With some great shooting by Cabral. They need to find that again. That shot by Peña just didn't carry enough weight on it. And not enough pace. Well, running out of options. Øftedal left stranded. Falls, but it's nothing given. Good defense by Cabral. Spaniards have defended well. Holding their own against one of the pre-tournament favorites. Shoots over the top. It's going to be a free throw. Nothing going there, I'm afraid, for Almudena Rodriguez. He scored over 100 goals for Spain. Tries to go through Cabral. It's defending on the edge by Marit Jakobsen, who's come on. Started this second half. Cabral. Defending inside the area. Penalty. It's what she does best. Well, that and some good long-range missiles always help to draw the defenders out, but breaks through and gets pushed as she's shooting. Hernandez keeping Skogran busy. Cabral to take it. And plants it away. Third penalty. Scored a 6-goal overall. As soon as Solberg lifted the right leg, she just shot down next to the other standing leg. Spain edged back in front. And Norway just haven't been able to play their usual flowing game at the back because of this Spanish defense. It's very much spoiling tactics. Try and pressure you. Put the cat amongst the pigeons. Well, they've done that here today against the Norwegians. Peña, Cabral, into the line. 2 up again. Hernandez's second goal. Norway, who got a little bit of momentum earlier. That's a lovely, lovely supply. The spin by Herem comes to nothing. A lot of the players on the bench jumping up and calling for a penalty, saying she was pushed. There's a touch and she can never resist it. Lopez, she's got to be careful. She just pushes a bit on the hip. There is contact, and Herem's complaining, but you could see on the bench, Hergersson was saying to everyone, just calm down. Worry about what you control, not what you don't control. Free throw, Peña. 5 minutes played. 2-goal lead restored then in a 3-1 exchange for the Spaniards. And the lead grows. Rodriguez. Good, they get these long-range efforts in. Draws the defense out. 71 kilometers an hour. It wasn't a rocket, but it was enough. And that's a 3-0 run for Spain now. And Norway struggling again. Øftedal back into the fray. It's going to be a free throw. Oh, she's in trouble. 2 minutes. Pushes into her, then goes down to make it look like an attacking foul. But a clear foul on Skogran. So a free throw for Norway. In fact, it's Hernandez who takes a seat on the bench. Rotzet waits to get things started again. Luka, who's had just 5.5 minutes to play, on the line as Brotzet has been favoured. Different styles. Luka, the smaller line player. Brotzet more the traditional 183. Herem vents a frustration on the goal this time. Third goal for the 33-year-old, who's fast approaching 700 goals for her country. Herem celebrates. Now 4 minutes and 44 seconds since the last goal. Herem scoring there. Plays for Sola under British coach Scott Harrington. Cabral saved. Goes out to the side, though Spain will have possession. Goalkeeper races back off again to put on the extra attacker. Cabral, Peña. Patient build-up by the Spaniards, staying off at the moment. All across the back, passive play. Quite rightly, they're running the clock down. And then it's saved by Solberg. This time it goes behind. So Norway have put on Silje Vorde. Number 8. Well, that worked rather well. Been on barely 5 minutes. Scores her first, 13th in the competition. Another one who plays for the champions, Kristiansand. Solberg on her feet celebrating. That's Sanna Solberg, the winger, obviously, since her sister's in goal. Peña Cabral breaks through, gets a free throw. 8 minutes played. Norway have again clawed it back from a 3-goal deficit. Penalty, defending inside the area. Shirt being held high anyway. Peña, the birthday girl. Know what she wants for a birthday. Placed in the final. So change the keeper for Norway. In comes Andrea Pedersen. Peña scores. Third goal of the game. First penalty. Peña, he has passed the 500 goal mark for her country here in Japan. Moving from FTC Budapest in Hungary last summer to Siófok, another Hungarian club. 2-goal lead is restored as Moa Hördal has come into the attack, number 19. The ball is turned over. And the Norwegians trying everything. Tries to give the ball to the line, but it's intercepted. That was a good take by Hernandez. Stays out. Clips the post. The break is on. They are racing forwards. Øftedal. Oh, good save. And Øftedal's off day with her shooting continues. 2 from 6. She raced in no defense, but Navarro comes off best. That was a great save. Øftedal. She could normally score those in her slippers. Shuffle down there and do the job. Navarro 7 saves. Free throw for Cabral. 10 minutes played. And the Spaniards leading by 2. Cabral looks to the line. A lot of holding going on. And it's a 2-minute suspension for Silje Vode. Well, she looks on. It stopped the run, but down goes rather heavily and theatrically Hernandez. It's what she wanted. Suspension given to Vode. And so power play for Spain. Peña uses the space, scores a 4th goal. Playing in her 5th World Championship. Peña, who together with goalkeeper Navarro, of course, won bronze in 2011. While they're short-handed, the goalkeepers come out for Norway, but Øftedal is being individually marked by Marta Lopez on the far side. Cuts down the options. Herem has to come out to help. Tries to put the block on. Instead, they block each other. Well, all the way around on her own. Skogran uses the extra space as the players are coming out to individually mark, to run around. The connection is missed by Lopez, who should have been watching Peña. And that's the reaction on the bench. going to be another free throw. Still about 28 seconds or so before they're back to full strength. There's space around the outside. Well scored. Solberg beaten. Lopez again. Big angle, in fairness, against a short-handed Norwegian defense. Got to move the ball out quickly. She's had decent service in this game, Lopez. So Tomak returns in the middle on the attack. And the suspension is over. Solberg's back in goal. Good save. That's the 8th save of the game for Navarro. 40-year-old keeper. Like Peña in her 5th World Championship. Just got a foot to it. Only 1.67 m, but reads the player very well. Fernandez returns. Adds a bit of pace, but she hasn't really influenced the attack as much as we hoped. It was the same when they played Russia as well. Peña. Fernandez into the wing, that's good. And again, defense trying to play deep. And they concede, and it's a team timeout. Second of the game for Norway. Good play, Fernandez spreading it wide, and Lopez's 4th goal.
Vi gjør jobben der. Langt større intensitet. Vi slipper oss ned. Slipper oss ned der. Der oppe. De blir flatere og flatere. Jeg synes vi skal kjøre på lagspillet med kryss, med gode bevegelser. Ordentlig trøkk. Du går noen angrep. Heiti kommer inn.
Solamente eso. Venga, tía, seguid. Seguid.
¡Más días, un poco más! ¡Empeña! ¡Bien, coño, bien! ¡Ay, qué grande!
Saved under pressure. Þórir Hergeirsson calm and collected with his instructions. But time not on their side as they are 4 goals down now. So Heidi Luck returns to the attack. Seems that Moa Hørdal's entrance on court. And time on court was restricted to just the 1 attack. She's actually the daughter of the assistant coach, Mia Hermansson Hørdal. That's gone in. And Arntzen, 2nd goal. First from open play after the earlier penalty. The handoff. 1.84 m. She's got the height. Needs to do it more often. And Spain continue to find a way through. It's the 5th goal for Rodriguez. Fernandez almost sits on Skogran. We're going to have another surprise here. Øftedal back into the frame on the attack. Played about 28 minutes of the match. Not used in defense, and also had the odd breather. Arntzen hesitates again with the shooting quickly into the wing. That's very good play, and the shot missed. And Norway's shooting, which started badly, then picked up a little bit. They're now missing these chances. It would just take the pressure off them, and Øftedal teeing that up so nicely for Jakobsen. Shot efficiency, 58% for Norway. 65 for Spain. That's above average for the Spaniards, who won 63% before the game. 62 for Norway. And the pressure mounts. And Spain, through Rodriguez's 6th goal, now have a 5-goal lead and another mistake. And Norway looking completely out of sorts. Fernandez, and she scores 2. And problems are mounting, and he's got to stop it. Þórir Hergeirsson Team timeout. The Spanish support staff can't believe it.
Hei, damer. Minner om hva vi har jobbet med her oppe. Jeg kunne tenkt meg, Malin bytter med Marit. Jeg kunne tenkt meg kanter som kommer litt tidligere på polakkene der borte. De venter litt for lenge. Kommer litt tidligere. Ordentlig trøkk på de. Hold i gang. Og linjespillere, når rullen kommer, del av hvis de er flate. Legg dere i front eller del av.
A lanzadora más bien los impares para que no salga. Sí.
¡Cabeza en defensa, tío! ¡Calma y hasta el final 15 minutos! ¡España! ¡Bien, coño, bien, vamos!
So just past the midway point, and the sad faces on the Norwegian fans tell it all. They are trailing by 6 against Spain. Well, the Norwegians have at times dug themselves out of huge holes. But this is quite a deep one at the moment. Another break is on. Fernandez, Soledad Lopez. Oh, and she misses. And I'm afraid her poor World Cup with finishing continues. Penalty. There's the shove on Øftedal. Spaniards who lost a 9-goal lead against Sweden to draw their opening match in the main round. Zogby Pola comes in, 37-year-old keeper who plays for Bistrita in Romania. Off the post, Tomac. Well, I mentioned earlier, she doesn't take penalties for her club and hasn't taken any here until the earlier one in this match. Oh dear, and that's Hørdal, daughter of the assistant coach on the team. And Zogby Pola, look at her face. Goalkeeper who played 100 times for Brazil, including at the Olympics in 2004, 2008. But then took Spanish nationality. She's off again though. Navarro is back in goal. On the attack now with a 6-goal lead and time running out. Spain are doing well. Good save. Pedersen has come in for Solberg. And he's been in for a couple of penalties so far. Øftedal takes a slap in the face from Fernandez. There is Pedersen, who plays for Kristiansand, Vår Elite Club. Quite a few of them do. Well, Norway have used up all 3 of their team timeouts midway through the second half. That is very unusual. Under so much pressure and very little is working for them. And the Spanish sporting tactics may not be for the purists, but they are defending well. And that's in. Heidi Løkke. And it's a 2-minute suspension. Rodriguez is off. Hacked at the back of Heidi Løkke. She went in to score her first goal. So Løkke seems none the worse for it. Goalkeeper is out, extra attacker is on. 12 minutes and a 5-goal deficit for Norway. They need to use the power play well. But Spain have shown that they are masters at running the clock down. A very long, slow build-up as expected. Gonzalez. They've got the goalkeeper back in now. Passive play's been called. 5. They've made no attempt to drive forwards. It's all sideways. Got to do it now. Fernandez, not the hardest of shots, but smuggled in for her 3rd. poor efforts picked up again. It's interesting that that's going to be a penalty and another 2-minute suspension. Double suspension for Spain. Well, Hernandez, who's on a second suspension now, says I went for the ball. Well, she pushed her in the back. And it's Heidi Lurker again, taking another one for the team. So back on comes Brazilian-born Zokpi de Paula. Goalkeeper who saved 4 in the competition. The last one clipping off the post. Öftedal is back. And that's saved too. Can you believe it? They are having a disastrous time with their shooting. Double suspension. This is when you've really got to pile the pressure on. Zokpi de Paula gets a foot on it and Hernandez jumps to her feet. Brilliantly read. Great face and team timeout Spain. Well, Norway very much under the cosh now.
Vale, si nos hacen mixta, la trabajamos exactamente igual. Exactamente igual. Le metemos primero. Tenemos mucho tiempo todavía. Acabamos de empezar la acción. Jugarla sin los 7. Jugarla al lado, jugarla al otro. Sal a recibir, ¿vale? Y luego te abres bien a la esquina. Metemos el 8. Yo creo que en este caso intenta meter el bloqueo.
Det 2 ute, ingen i mål. Så ser vi. Hei, vi på gang på det. Det fortsatt mulig å ta igjen det her. Men det som viktig, det at vi kjører etter. Vi nødt til å kjøre etter, og så vurdere.
Spain, hosts of the next World Championships in 2021, on the cusp of something rather special here. Their only defeat against Russia and then a draw against Sweden, won all their other games. And here they are running the Norwegians ragged. Change of defence for Norway. Herem has come out on a 5-0-1 to individually mark Peña. They've got to work extra hard, but they've got a double suspension. Oh, so close to the interception. Fernandez. They'll be happy to run the clock down. It's about 16 seconds before they get one of their players back. Then still another minute for the next one. Fernandez. Oh, wins a penalty. Well, short-handed, and still the Norwegian defence can't hold tight. She just managed to break through. A little pace that she's shown in this tournament, Fernandez. Peña off the post and a let-off for Norway. Well, they've missed 3 penalties now in this game. The Norwegians. Spain returned the favour. Öftedal. Just as Lurker was in. They've got 1 player back now, Spain. 5 defenders on this power play. Again, getting in too close too quickly. Skogran could have had the chance. Lurker, save Navarro, number 8. Huge game. It's not so much on the percentages, it's just those crucial saves they're making when the pressure is on Norway and it just piles more on them. Brilliant. Lurker so reliable. 68% success rate in the competition. Hergersson knows that's not good news. We're well into the last 10 minutes. Empty goal for Spain. Cesareo in on the line now. Passive play's been called against them, but they're back to full strength. Navarro back in goal. Peña. That was a poor shot. She'll get a free throw. But they've probably only got 1 pass left. Mireia Gonzalez. He played, in fact, at Sjøfok until last year with Solberg, and they pile on the pressure even more. And you've got to think, is there any way back now for Norway? There are 2 teams that may have been expected to make it through. Russia dumped out by the Netherlands, and now it looks like Norway, 3 times winner of the World Championships, are going to be knocked out as well. Break is on. Released to Lopez. Well, finally, she finds a way through. And Hergerson, frustration is getting to him. They have so little time to do anything about it. Spain racking up the pressure. Soledad Lopez's first goal. Plays for Malaga. Costa del Sol, 5th place in the league. She's the 13th top scorer in the Spanish league. It's going to be a free throw. But free throws are fine. Spaniards happy to give them away as long as it spoils the attack. They have to restart Norway. Øftedal. Hansen, who seems to be shot shy now, into the line. That's gone in. Heidi Lucas second. Nice feed into her. No chance for Navarro this time. Seven-goal lead with 7 minutes to go. Although we have seen teams score 7 in 7 minutes, it's going to take such a huge change of dynamic and mindset for the Norwegians that it's hard to see it happening now. Cabral, who's been very quiet after a brisk opening. The ball is back with Spain. Wisely, they play for the clock. Cesareo drops back in on the line. Free throw, and that's fine, that's fine. As the clock runs down, the pressure mounts on Norway, and their heads will drop when they realize that time isn't there anymore for them. Peña intercepted. That was beautifully done. Owner. Skogran. Has to be said that Norway are here without a lot of their players. Goalkeepers Lunde and Grimsbo out injured. Nora Mørk, of course, at right back. Kurtovic, Ingstad, Reistad, and then Christiansen. He was fit and on the list, but then she got herself injured. That's a steal. The break is on. Lopez is away with the ball again taken back by Malina Øhn, who's twice taken balls away from the Spaniards under their nose. Still a 7-goal lead for Spain, and they have a team timeout to spare. Skogran. Tomac has come back on again. She was there when they managed to inject a little bit of pace earlier on. Øftedal, who hasn't been as determining a factor here today as in the other games. And that's but a little push as she went through, and it's a penalty. Øftedal, who scored 2 from 7, having arrived in this match with a 66% save rate. That one there parried away, but Zogby comes back in. Seems to be a bit of a wizard with the penalties. They've missed 3 already. Øftedal 2, Skogran 1. Tomac. He has almost missed 1 as well. Shoots and scores that one. She's on 2 from 3. But they are still 6 adrift as we go into the last 5 minutes. Took her for pace. Players tiring a bit. The scoring has slowed down. But you sense the Norwegians haven't got that extra spark now. And if they can keep their heads, Spain, they will be through. Solberg has gone back in after Peterson made just 2 saves from 7. But I suspect it's not going to make much difference now. Cabral again, the clock ticking away. 4 minutes to go. Ball is stolen. Lurk looks for support. Owner has gone deep. Oh, good play. Navarro! Save number 9. And Hergerson. What can you do? What form? 31% save rate. Point blank. Those should be certain goals. Brodset comes away empty-handed. Lurker 2 from 3. Rotzet 1 from 2. They're struggling to even get the balls in there, but now when they do, save absolutely crucial in these closing stages because the heads drop more and more, and Norway will not be in the final. The final that might have been expected will end up being the bronze medal playoff. And Spain rack up the pressure. Cabral, 7 goals, albeit from 12 attempts, but still good, still good. Voda, Öfterdal. Voda misconnects, drops through, and quite rightly, the captain Navarro calms things down. Voda, who's played in 2 Euros, but not in a World Championship. Sturri Helgesson looks to have given up. He's sat down. Nothing more he can do. The team have had so many turnovers, 14 in this match. Little technical mistakes, giveaways, and their shooting percentage, 55%, below par for them. Into the last 2 minutes, Spain with a 7-goal lead. There will be huge celebrations. There's quite a contingent of Spanish supporters and staff in the arena. Tomac shoots wide. It's all academic now. They're going through the motion. Norway. Tears are starting to flow as Helgesson contemplates what might have been. Navarro looks to the clock, can't quite believe it. Her 9 saves have played a big part. So Norway, without all those regular players, still won all but one of their matches, losing to the Netherlands. But come up short here in the semi-final when it really mattered. Into the wing. That's gone in for Ona. 5 goals for her. She stood out. 100% record and about 45 seconds to go before the Spaniards can start celebrations in earnest. Their first World Championship final. They've been in 2 European finals, losing both. But now it's a World Championship final. How fitting for the hosts of the next World Championships. Penalty. Arm is taken. And unless they stop the clock, this might be the last action. Cabral, in no hurry, ambles up as we see the arm taken there. It's saved. And the follow-up into the side netting. It doesn't matter because, wait for it, it's over. Spain have beaten Norway 28-22 in the semi-final. Incredible scenes of celebration for the Spaniards. They haven't just beaten Norway, they've beaten them very well indeed. And Helgesson straight over to shake hands with his counterpart. It was not to be for Norway. Their shooting was below par. A lot of technical mistake. Öfterdal, the captain, had a real off day today. Just couldn't lead the attack, and he scored 2 from 7. Navarro making 9 saves. But Cabral, with those early goals, set the scene for Spain, and they maintained the pressure. Superb defending. Maybe not for the purists, but it was brutally efficient, and it just stopped the Norwegians from getting their flow. They never, ever got into any rhythm at the back as the Spaniards defended relentlessly. And so what a great birthday present for Pina, 30 today, and she's in the final. Well, they have been so close on a number of occasions, but they are back there again, and Spain will play the Netherlands in the final on Sunday. While Norway will play Russia for the bronze. And the player of the match goes to Almudena Rodriguez, the Thüringen right back, who scored 6 from 7, hugely economical. Poor old Öfterdal, you got a feel for them. They played a good tournament all the way through. But in the end, just had one of those really, really off days in every department. And Spain took their chance. Fernandez, Rodriguez taking the plaudits all the way down the line. Player of the match. And Carlos Viver, job done. He came here to try and get his team into the top 7 places so that they would qualify for the Olympic tournament. And instead he's got them right into the final. Nice little hug there as Peña goes past Solberg, the 2 club teammates at Siófok in Hungary. And the Spaniards won't want to leave court. We may have to switch the lights off on them. And so they should celebrate. They are in the final, they sing. Navarro great performance. Rodriguez a suitable winner with 6 from 7. Cabral 7 from 14. Thorir Helgason goes off quietly. Soledad Lopez scored just the 1 goal. It was late, and Navarro gets a special hug. 9 saves, 30% save rate. It's not huge, but she made key saves when Norway had great chances at the end to really demoralize them a little bit more. The Guerreras have made it. Cabral at the front. And the fans are gathering in front as but they all want their photo, the Spaniards, while the Norwegian fans file out quietly. They've come to so expect always being in these finals. They've medalled every time. Since 2007, the Norwegians, except in 2013. They can still medal, but it won't be the gold. That honor will go to either Spain or the Netherlands, and the poor Norwegians crestfallen. And it will take them a while to recover. Solberg, a few teary eyes around the bench. Her sister, equally in a daze. Heidi Lücke, 200 internationals played. She was in the World Championship winning sides in 2011 and 2015, Lücke. But it will not be again now, as Navarro in tears as the buzzer goes. Job done. Well, great scenes here in the Park Dome in Kumamoto. So Japan will have thrown up all manner of surprises. Defending champions France out in the preliminary stages. And the other great favorites, Norway and Russia, beaten in the semi-finals by Spain and the Netherlands. Novel experience for many of these players, and look at the reaction. They will just have that on a loop replay at home. Great achievement. Well worth seeing again. They are so happy, so joyous. So let's have a look at the statistics then for Norway. I'm afraid an off day. 58%, not hugely off the mark, but only 42% of their attacks working. And for a team that had the highest fast break rate in the competition, restricted to 3, and they only scored 1. In fact, they were outscored in that department by Spain. And turnovers 14 to Spain's 10. And despite 5 2-minute suspensions with this hard defense, the Spaniards still held tight. The top scorers then, Cabral with 7, but Rodriguez a very economical 6 from 7 right behind her. Ona the best of the Norwegians with 5 on a day where their shooting didn't quite live up to expectations. For the goals, the wings worked very well and good play down the middle. Reasonably good spread at right back, not so much happening for them. And that's maybe an area they're going to have to beef up against Russia, but otherwise a decent spread. For Spain, 2 fast breaks then, 4 penalties, they missed 2 as well. I mean, the Norwegians missed a bucket load of those. And then the wings on the left side, not much, I'm afraid. The right one was working well. A decent spread, but it was just slightly below par on a day it needed to be absolutely perfect. Norwegian red dots at the top, you can see the first 10 minutes, Spain reasserted their control over the game, continued up to the 15-minute mark, and then after that they were tired, the game petered out, and the Spaniards just played a clever game to run the clock down. It wasn't hugely exciting, but it was certainly very efficient. So Spain are in the final. They've beaten Norway 28-22. They will be up against the Netherlands in the final on Sunday. Norway will have to pick themselves up, as will the Russians, and play off for the bronze medal. Well, what a day it's been. Hope you've enjoyed it, and thanks so much for joining us. That's it for us tonight. So from me, Paul Bray, and all the production team in Kumamoto, good night.